Hi everybody, I'm venting again. I'm going to talk about politics, and I find that nowadays most people don't want to talk about two things, religion and politics. But I think both are important, but I think politics is huge because it affects how we live in our life and our quality of life, our standard of living. If we don't have a good government, then it really affects us. And I find a lot of people don't really want to know. So I've had people say, I just can't think about that, Karen. And I think that's just really being naive, because eventually it's going to come back to bite you and slap you like a big fat 2x4. But anyways, I do really like what Trump is doing, and maybe a lot of people won't like me for that, so you can delete me. That's okay. But I feel maybe because I do think that business is important. I think that taxes are important. I think how you affect businesses and taxes together affects the economy. And in Canada, I feel we are a little bit too liberal, too much spending. I feel that our government's not held accountable for what they do. And unfortunately, because our government right now is a majority, nobody can say anything. So they make these decisions and it passes through. The Liberal cabinet really sticks together. That's one thing. They're definitely unified in their beliefs. I'm hoping the Conservatives can bring up a good leader to govern, and so maybe in the next election they might have a chance to win, because really what my concern is the taxation that's going on in Canada. For me, I'm going to retire soon. You know, we had it pretty good back then in the 80s and 90s. We were able to make money, invest, do whatever we needed to do. I think that the young people coming up now are going to find it very difficult to make a life. Our salaries are not increased that much over the years, really, but our taxes have increased. They are creating new taxes. They are increasing the current taxes. And I'm not against taxes completely. I'm not saying you shouldn't pay taxes. Obviously, the roads need to be fixed. Medical is important. I do feel like you should have a good medical system and that it should be covered, so anybody who's sick or whatever can get covered, because obviously when you get to that point, you need help, and to worry about finances plus your health, oh my goodness, it's just too much. So it is really good that Canada, we have a great medical care system. I'm in the medical. I love providing good care, and I really feel that that's important. Outside of that, I do feel that, to tax our highways, to put a new DVP toll on our system when we already pay enough taxes to cover that. And also, I never see them really widen the roads. I always see them refixing. But hey, our highways need 4 to 5 lanes, just like in the States. I love driving down there. You can just zoom through. The highways are amazing. They're big and they're awesome. And our highways, even though we're so busy, it's always the same 3 lanes, okay? And as much snow as we get and snow plowing, hey, we need to widen our roads. So that's probably one thing I think the government should look at in Ontario. Not sure about the other provinces, but in Ontario. And I think that they need to cover our vets. If you're going to send our vets over there to fight in the war, okay, this is just my opinion, hey, they've gone through a hard time. They've seen things that we haven't seen. So I think we should have 24-hour care for them. I think we should have a hotline for them so that they can talk to people and they can and they get help. Speaking to people and venting is huge. That's why I vent. It feels great. And to have somebody to listen to you when you're going through a hard time, even at 3 in the morning, I think those things are important. Social care, I understand for sure. There are people that really, really need it. Unfortunately, I know of a lot of people who take cash under the table and they use the system for their own benefits. Those are things that I think, wow, like we need to stop that. Not sure how they can stop it, but I think we should be able to keep our eyes on those kind of things. But there are people out there that really do need help, who are going through physical disabilities, who need assistance. So I get that. But I do feel raising taxes and creating new taxes like carbon tax is ridiculous. I do think that the hydro system in Ontario is brutal. I think Wynne Dum Dum went ahead and did all what she did, messed it up, and actually said she messed it up, and now she's going to use taxpayers' dollars to fix her mistake. Hey, what do you mean? Why aren't you held accountable? Let's get a committee and a board that doesn't have a conflict of interest in the government. That means they're not working for the government. They're working for the people to watch what's going on in the spending department and hold the government accountable for their spending, because there's too many mistakes. There's too many politicians that screw up. I don't know what they're doing. If they're embezzling money, it disappears and nobody's held accountable. Like, what the heck, right? Like, hold them accountable for what they're doing, and if they screw up, they don't get their pension. They don't get let off the hook and then they retire and get their full pension. If they're held accountable, then hey, maybe they won't mess up and maybe they won't embezzle our money. But you know what? Hey, I know, I get it. It's against them because they're not going to vote in favor of that. All in favor of a raise. I'm in favor, and then they all get a raise, right? They all get their beautiful pensions, and if they screw up, they still get it. Needs to stop. Just my opinion for today. Have a good day. Bye.